Alright, how's it going? You guys get me and me alone today. Because everybody has screwed off. And I don't know that we're actually going to do any actual work today. We're going to spend time right here. Looking at some of the changes, some of the mods, and some of the changes that I feel still need to be done. The first thing I want to look at is what in the hell is XNet? Red network cable, green network cable, blue network cable. Mimic other blocks, a controller, wireless router. I have no idea what this crap is. To me, it almost looks like it's a cheap-ass version of AE2, but we have AE2, so... And it's talking about channels and shit. You can connect multiple channels. Connect this to normal router using router cable. A proxy block for redstone. I have no idea. Alright, so we'll have to get into that later. It doesn't add any world gen that I know of. If it's for redstone controlling, that would be useful, but if it's for organizing shit, we have IC2, or AE2, we don't need it. The other thing, the thing that we've been working on, well, let me look and see. Let me open up the pack down here. Okay, so A2 applied something that's not A2.
Hello, motherfucker.
That's applied energistics. Hi, crazy. And it says we have something in here called applied mechanistics, but I don't see anything showing up under it. I'm guessing maybe it's just a bridge between A2 and mechanism. So I'm not sure about that. We do have the compact machine mods, which I'm not sure why we have this. Personal shrinking device and the compact machine blocks, which is just polished deep slate to make that stuff. I don't know why we have this mod. I need to put that on the list of things that Junior and I need to discuss about taking out, because I don't know why we have it. We have the entire world. Why would we need to put little setups inside of virtual worlds, you know? So we might take that out of there. There's a mod called controlling, but I don't think that actually does anything. I think that's a library mod, honestly. There's a canary mod. I think that's the same thing. This is the food mod we have. plain water, plain milk, a clay pot, soot, portable brazier, a gravy boat, walnuts, and an anvil? Uh-huh. You say so. I have no idea. Well, we've got all kinds of different food in here. Made in a stew pot, apparently. Must contain majority of sugar, any of wolfberries. Rejects any of meats, seafood, and vegetables. Alrighty then. Needle soup. Alright, so we'll get into that later. That's the food mod we have. We'll let Tamara deal with that crap. Create, obviously, we know what that stuff is. What else do we have here? It's an elevator mod. Apparently, this just adds the elevators from open blocks. Is there not an open blocks for 119? No. Open blocks apparently only went to 112. Unless there's another one. Thought we had it in 116. But this says it only goes to 112. Alright, so I guess we need that if we're going to have our elevators. Alright, what else do we got here? Dynamic view distance, elevator, engineer's decor. That's for adding some fancy bricks and shingles, stuff like that. We had that in a couple packs we've played. Also gives some the furnaces and stuff like that a little bit different from immersive engineering, but a little bit similar. So we can do some fancy crap with that. Or Tamara can do some fancy crap with that. I ain't doing no fancy crap with it. Alright, what else do we have here? We have extreme reactors, which that's one thing. Yellorium ingots. I want to change this. I want a different way of getting this. I've noticed when we were mining, I think when Lapinator set up the World Gen, it was supposed to keep... Get your little ass. Oh, my damn mining hole. We were supposed to have regular uranium ore from one of the two mods that added it. And not the Yellorium. And looking around down here, there's Yellorite everywhere. But I haven't seen any uranium. I think he did it backwards. parts, which is fine. I can live with that. But that means I want to change how this is processed. I want to basically use this as, oh, what the hell is it called? I've got yellow stuck in the head, and now I can't think. It's the, not uraninite, the other stuff. It's called yellow cake uranium. But in GT6, it has another name. And my brain is off at the moment and not working on what the hell it's called. But I basically want to use it like that, where you can't use it directly. You have to process it. So we would basically have, because we have fluorite right here. We have fluorite from Mechanism. And we can put that into sulfuric acid and make hydrofluoric acid. And we can make uranium hexafluoride out of hydrofluoric acid and uranium oxide. This is all perfect. And then the uranium hexafluoride gets turned into fissile fuel and nuclear waste in a fusion reactor. But I want to make a way that we can actually make uraninite or that crap, yellorium ingots out of it. But I want this to be the only way that we this here. It doesn't show how to make it. Uranium hexafluoride, uranium oxide, yellow cake uranium, which uses your yellorium ingots or uranium ingots to make that. And what I want is I want the ore to turn into this, not the ingot. So that is one of the changes that I still want to get made. I am going to make a thread off of the Minecraft channel. $119 mechanical electrical. Okay, so I made the thread. I'm gonna put the changes. Hold on, let me see if I can find crazy getting voice.
Yes.
And I told you were going to be louder today, damn it. And now you're louder. And I can hear myself.
Yes, because I have it coming through my speakers. Give me a sec.
All right.
Okay, now you should be okay. You caught me off guard. I know
Okay.
for hear you say crazy getting boys and bam.
I made a mechanical electrical threat in Minecraft. I want to put the changes I'm talking about in there. And it would be easier if I had, the secretary typing the shit out for me.
What the?
Go to the Minecraft channel. I just opened a thread in there.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Okay.
And I want to add these changes. So the first thing is yellow cake uranium. You can also put a timestamp to the stream if you want. Does it show you the time right now?
No.
Here, I'll do I just tried to add a stream marker and said something went wrong. Try doing that again. Let me see if I can fix it. Yeah, they're not working. Okay, well, the stream time is 18:30. So put in there, stream marker 18 minutes 30 seconds, and then they can come and look at what I'm talking about. But basically, the change is for making yellow cake uranium in the enrichment chamber. Instead of being ingots, it's yellorium ore. Which is going to make uranium less, but it's fine. But that would also mean that all of the recipes for the actual ore, which we don't have uranium ore as far as I know. Someone needs to check the config and figure out if we do or not. But if they go watch that thing, they'll figure it out. Because I don't think uranium ore exists. I think he messed up and only left us yellorite instead of uranium. If there is uranium still turned on in the configs, then we'll have to discuss that later. I'm not trying to dig through the configs to find out. And I'm looking at what you're putting, and yeah, it's fine. Because if they go to the thing, they'll get all of my discussion. But when I was down here mining, I didn't see one bit of uranium. I only seen yellorite. And there's tons of it. There's like 2 there. There's some there. There's some there. I'm just standing in one spot and I can see 3 clusters of it. So, and there's another one right there. So I'm perfectly fine with that being the uranium we have. I just don't want you to be able to process it straight into yellorite ingots. I want you to have to go through the uranium processing in mechanism, and then we have to decide how we're getting what we're doing for the actual ingot out of it, because in mechanism you take the yellow cake uranium, you turn it into uranium oxide. You take the uranium oxide, mix it with hydrofluoric acid, make uranium hexafluoride. You take the uranium hexafluoride and you turn it into fissile fuel. And then that goes into the fission reactor from Mechanism. But since we have extreme reactors in here, we need some way of turning this uranium hexafluoride into a uranium ingot. And I don't know what mechanism machine we would have that would do that. So somebody needs to look into that. Junior may be able, like, if there was a machine that's the opposite of that. I think there is. Where's all the mechanism machines? Oh, there's 8 pages. I think there's one of the processing machines that would do it, but I'm not sure. Melter, compressor, combiner, crusher, miner, infuser, purification, smelter, rotary condensator. Yeah, that's liquid to liquid. That ain't doing it. Chemical injection chamber. That wouldn't do it. Ball mill. Dissolution chamber. That's a fluid and a solid makes a fluid. That's not what we want. Chemical crystallizer. That's the one. That one will take a fluid and give us a crystal, which we could basically use that if we had it output. We should be able to have that just put out the ingot. There isn't a yellorium crystal, but we could just have it put out a ingot right there. That would work. That machine. And then so it would take the uranium hexafluoride in as a fluid or the fissile fuel as a fluid. Either one. And then you could output the yellorium ingot, and then you could use that to make all of your extreme reactor stuff if you wanted to do extreme reactors. And that's another thing is this looks like it only takes iron. Reactor casing basic takes iron and a graphite bar. I want this to take steel at least. So this... Where do I... What? Who?
Post that banner thing you have me editing.
I don't post it. It goes at the end of videos.
Oh.
That's my end screen.
Oh. Okay. Damn it.
Okay, so these 4 iron need to be changed to steel. And why does it have sand in the middle? That's just dumb. Graphite bar. How are they making graphite? That's cooking charcoal into graphite. There's got to be a better way of doing that. Do we have... Yeah, we have HOP graphite. We can use that. So you have to get your HOP graphite from the squeezer. Perfect. All right. So, put a timestamp for 26:20.
Hold on. Let me get back there because I was looking for the thing.
They're taking the sand. Right now it's $26.50. I want this recipe changed for the reactor casing basic to take steel and HOP graphite ingots and take the sand out. Just the steel and the graphite is fine for that. That'll make getting into extreme reactors at least a little bit gated. Just put extreme reactors or something like that. Let's see. So reactor glass uses a casing. Controller uses a casing. Fuel rod. The fuel rod needs to change as well. It needs to be steel on the corners, graphite top and bottom. And then it's got glass and a yellorium ingot. I guess that's fine, but it definitely needs to be steel and graphite. I don't think we have anything else we could use in there for that. There's no zirconium in here. Let's see what else we have. Control rod. That uses casings. That graphite needs to change. I want this graphite recipe completely removed. This one is fine, but it needs to output the HOP shit. But this coal to charcoal needs to go. I hate that recipe. It annoys the ever-living piss out of me. Because every time you go to shift-click coal or charcoal into a furnace, it goes into the top slot instead of the fuel slot. I hate that crap. And hopefully that'll fix it. This already takes the casing, so being ironed there is perfectly fine. That one is perfectly fine. That one's fine. That one's fine. This is the reinforced version, which takes steel, graphite, and a block of iron in the middle. I would say just use this one and surround that with more graphite and steel would reinforce it. Yeah, this, but it needs to be the HOP shit. I don't know why you need that recipe. That's just dumb. Controller, I think we already looked at all of them on that. Active forge fluid port is fine. Turbine uses cyanite, iron, and redstone. The cyanite you have to go through cyanite processing, if I remember correctly, which doesn't show up in here. I think that's basically plutonium, if I remember correctly. That's the reinforced version. And the turbines don't really bother me if they use iron, but everything in here needs to use the HOP. There's the reprocessor. Processor casing. Processor, yeah, I think all that would be fine. But basically everything needs to change over to that HOP graphite instead of that other graphite crap. Why do I keep having things on my staircase? Alright, let's take my... It did light it up. Plus they're stairs. You can't light... They can't spawn on stairs.
Okay, you didn't write up a ramp. light up around it.
Alright, so what's the next mod we have in here? Falling trees, far sight, fast load. What the hell is functional storage? Functional storage is the drawer mod. Okay. Immersive engineering. Oh, I want to see if there's immersive petroleum for 119 yet. I definitely want to add that if there is. Looks like they're only up to 118 currently. Damn. I like the immersive petroleum mod. Too bad they're not up to 119 yet. Luggage? What the hell is luggage? Oh, this is the little luggage thing that'll follow you. That's from Open Blocks too. Don't know that we need it, but it's there. Fuck it. And we got mechanism. Everything's fine in there. That's one of the base mods. We're not changing anything in there. Mystical agriculture, we've already changed what we want to change with it. Metacraft, I don't think we need to change anything with that. Project D, we already changed what we were going to change with it. Alright, so I think that's all of that. If you want to put a timestamp in there for 3430, I'm going to look at the ore changes. So, the issue with the ores currently is we were working on, well, here, gold ore, you can throw it in the crusher and get 2 gold grit. Or you can throw it into the chemical dissolution chamber and then run it through the 5-time processing here. Smelt it directly, do all of these different steps. But what I want the ore processing to be is the crusher will be your early game way of doing things before mechanism. Mechanism is fine and dandy, but I want to try to incorporate immersive engineering and create into it a little bit before it, so you don't just go straight to mechanism, because mechanism is overpowered as shit when it comes to ore processing. So basically, I want the create wheels, crushing wheels, which give us 1 ore and a 75% chance of it. I want these, which we currently have in the chemical injection chamber. I want that put into all of them. So you can do the 1 time by just smelting it, the 2 time by putting it into the oh, what the hell is it? I always forget the names of the machines. smelting enrichment. So the enrichment chamber, if we look at the uses for it, it'll basically take ore and double it. So you would be able to put that crushed ore in the enrichment chamber and get 2 dust out of it. Or you could put it into the next one above that, which is the purification. And that one gives you 3, if I remember correctly. One, and it gives 2 clumps. Clump turns into dirty. Dirty turns into dust. Yeah. And then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 time processing. I want the clump to take the place of the ore and, well, the ore. You have to make sure that the block of ore, because you can take your raw ore and turn it into a block, and in here you can throw that in the crusher and it'll give you 12 of them. You can put it in the chemical and get 6,000 of the dirty iron slurry out of it. It can be put into the enrichment chamber and get 12. The purification chamber, get 18. So basically, I want all of this removed to where it has to go through create first, or it can be put into the immersive engineering crusher, because the immersive engineering crusher is going to be like your early game way of doubling the ore. It takes a bit of iron and steel to make it, but not a lot. And it should be a more expensive way to double your ore, I guess. So it's not completely useless. We can't really put anything coming out of it that could then go into create, or then into mechanism, like what we did with the pack back in the day. I can't remember the name of it right now.
Bear,
What?
is it showing I blocked this person?
You block somebody?
I did.
Not
But
showing it
not-
to me.
Well, it says he's blocked.
That's blocking them for you, not blocking them for the channel.
How do I?
You have to ban them.
Well, how do I ban them? That's not giving me. Oh,
I got it.
I found. Well, I found it just as you got it.
I don't even know what they said, but you say they need banned, they're banned.
They were offering to sell you subs.
No, they can suck my ass.
Yes.
Report them for soliciting.
I did. I already did.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the major change that needs to be done for the ore processing. Is so far it's only been put into the 4 time. It hasn't been put into all of them. I need it put into all of them for it to make any sense. And it needs to make sure that it's the ore itself, the block of raw ore, and the raw ore. I don't mind the idea of being able to get fortune and breaking your ore up with fortune and getting being able to use Minecraft's fortune thing before you run it through processing. We're not trying to gate this pack and make you starved on resources. It's perfectly fine that you'll have plenty of resources to do everything that you want to do. I want to make it to where people use more than just one mod and build big, glorious factories of nonsense. So the more I can integrate things together, the better, in my opinion. If anybody has any ideas on how we can integrate the IE crusher in with to where basically you would throw your ore into the crushing wheels and get this crushed ore out, and then throw that into the immersive crusher and get something out of there that's not dust. I don't know if we could add an item. I think you can do that now with that one mod that we have in here. And then be able to throw that into the mechanism stuff. That would be great, because then you could work your way up from the create stuff where you have a chance of doubling it. You could do the immersive where you get a double guaranteed. And then if you put that together with all the mechanism stuff, you could end up with getting 6, 7, or 8 times. And then if you go beyond that and you use fortune and get the raw ore, you could even go beyond that. And I think that would be a fun way of trying to integrate everything together. I just need to figure out what that one is. And apparently you have another one that just came in that needs banned.
Alright, I got it.
It actually says on my screen, likely ban invader restricted.
I'm
So,
recording them first.
slap a shit out of them too. This is going to be a short stream today because that is about all I have for y'all. I've done plenty of mining. When Junior and Tamara and I get back on here, maybe we can get Crazy to join us at some point. We should be getting into probably create first. But I just wanted to do this short little one to talk about the pack a little bit, since when Junior and Tamara are here, we're kind of working and don't have a whole lot of time to talk about that kind of stuff. So I figured I'd take this time to make this little stream, so we could talk about the pack, what's in it, what I want to do with it, what changes still need to be done. Have a good one. Take it easy. And I'll see you next time.